And so now I will ask Mariana Zayich, former president of Ukraine, to present our third star of Ukraine that we are profiling today, who really, I think, encapsulate exactly all that we have been talking about. Somebody who's achieved success, but is definitely building a positive image of Ukraine. Mariana Zayich, I turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Nadia. First of all, as honorary president of the Ukrainian National Women's League and first VP of the World Federation of Ukrainian Women's Organizations, I would like to congratulate U.S. Ukraine Foundation, especially Nadia and Robert and John, for their phenomenal work and accomplishments in the past 30 years, and wish you only further success. It is my great pleasure to introduce Oksana Lyniv, a true superstar on the global classical music scene. She has consistently been a trailblazer throughout a remarkable classical music career that has consisted of many firsts, which have often seen her challenge gender stereotypes and, frankly, rewrite the rule book. Born in Brody, Ukraine, Lyniv is the daughter of two musicians and the granddaughter of a choral conductor. She studied flute and conducting at the Stanislav Lutkevich Music School in Lviv from 92 to 96, during which she conducted an orchestra for the first time at the age of 16. Lyniv then went on to study at the Lysenko Music Academy in Lviv, and after graduating in 2003, became principal guest conductor of the Leopolis Chamber Symphony Orchestra. In 2004, Oksana Lyniv won third prize at the Gustav Mahler International Conducting Competition in Germany, and from there, her international career took off. By 2008, she was the Associate Chief Conductor of the Odessa National Opera, and from 2013 to 17, Lyniv served on the conducting staff of the Bavarian State Opera. In 2017, she became the first female conductor to be named Chief Conductor of the Graz Opera and of the Graz Philharmonic Orchestra, which she served as for 3 years. Then Oksana Lyniv became the General Music Director of the Teatro Comunale di Bologna in January 2022, with an initial contract of 3 years, making history once again as the first female conductor to be named Music Director of an Italian opera house. Lyniv's passion for the development of classical music in Ukraine led her to establish the Lviv Mozart International Classical Music Festival in 2016. That same year, she founded the Youth Symphony Orchestra of Ukraine, the first and only youth orchestra in Ukraine, which unites talented young musicians from all over the country. Under Lyniv's leadership, these initiatives have become brilliant successes. The Youth Symphony Orchestra of Ukraine has performed at several prominent international classical music festivals, including the Young Euro Classic in Berlin, the Bayreuth Youth Artist Festival, and the Lviv Mozart Festival. One of the most prominent conductors of the younger generation, Oksana Lyniv has received a vast array of awards and honors, including most recently Germany's prestigious Opera Awards Conductor of the Year in 2020, and the 2021 Women in Arts Award, and the 2021 Sax and Mozart Prize together with the Youth Symphony Orchestra. In July 2021, Lyniv made international headlines as she became the first female conductor in the 145-year history of the Bayreuth Opera Festival. Among the 100 most influential women of Ukraine, according to the magazine Focus, and top 100 from Novaya Vremya, Oksana Lyniv is considered the cultural ambassador of Ukraine to the world. In an interview with the German newspaper Deutsche Welle in June of this year, Oksana Lyniv was posed the question, let's talk about what the whole world is talking about right now. You are the first woman to conduct at the Bayreuth Festival. How important is that for you? And Oksana's reply, the fact that I, a woman, can stand at the podium here is perhaps a symbol of our time. Of course, I hope to set a positive example. That would be important not only for me personally, but also if you want to take a lofty view for the world and for the future. Because Oksana is an outstanding and passionate cultural ambassador for Ukraine, as well as its classical composers, and because she is a shining example of striving and achieving one's goals for all young women, Ukrainian and non, the Ukrainian National Women's League of America, the oldest and largest Ukrainian women's organization in the U.S., proudly nominated Oksana Lyniv for this prestigious recognition. Since UNWLA was established in 1925 and has united women of Ukrainian descent in the US, as well as in service and friendship and dedication to promote and develop educational and cultural efforts, it was also most appropriate that we nominate Oksana. But also in 2012, the UNWLA spearheaded a Women's Studies Center at the Ukrainian Catholic University in Lviv, a program which studies the history of the Ukrainian women's movement, as well as focuses on today's woman, her challenges and her successes. Oksana Lyniv personifies the latter. She certainly is a shining star and an important reflection of the achievement and fortitude of Ukraine over the past 30 years of independence. Pani Oksano, may I please invite you to say a few words.
Hello, hello everyone. I'm very pleased. I'm very honored to be nominated for this prize. Now we heard a lot about me, about my biography. Yes, yes, it's true that every performance in every performance I represent also the Ukraine, and not only my own success, but also every success I dedicate to the big success of our nation, of Ukrainian people. And also I am very happy and hope I will have a lot of chance also to help for the new generation also to be successful and also to find their own way to the international opera and concert stage. So I'm very happy to have a lot of concerts and opera performances around of the world, and also I'm looking forward to give my debut in United States next year. So it was already planned, but because due of pandemic, it was postponed. And now, so finger crossed that it will happen in the next year. And so I'm a musician, and my words are in the music. So I was also very happy to prepare this small concert, half-an-hour concert with most famous Ukrainian music. You will enjoy, I hope, the parts of our excerpts of our big project. It was ARC Ukraine, so Kovcheg Ukraine. It was dedicated to University of Ukraine, but also it was supported by Ukrainian Cultural Foundation, and you will hear the U.S Symphony Orchestra of Ukraine, which I was founded, and also many famous Ukrainian soloists and musicians. And also you will also join the part of very special concert for me. It was concert dedicated to Joseph Roth on Brody Synagoga ruin, with also famous artist Abraham Brody, also from United States. And I dedicated this concert. The idea was to to think about, to memorize again about all dramatic events from 20th century between Ukraine and also, of course, Western Europe. So I hope you will enjoy our concert, our performance, and thank you again. Thank you very much for this prize, and I hope to see you all live maybe next year, and to have the possibility to speak. And again, congratulations also for your achievement, for yes, for your foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oksana. I have to say that for those tuning in, there's a wonderful video of you talking about how you want to put Galicia back on the cultural map that really says, and so you so eloquently convey the message of what it's important and what you can do through music, the culture and music in terms of diplomacy. So I encourage others to watch. And yes, we look forward to your debut next year here in the United States, so that all of the countries in Europe who have now had the wonderful experience of seeing you perform, that we too might have that opportunity. But I also want to thank you especially for allowing us to have this concert. And this concert is to honor the sacrifices of the people of Ukraine. And so thank you very much for being so generous to share these various pieces of music with us. So thank you again.